Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for April 1st through 15th, 2020. I hope you guys have been doing great, and it's always wonderful to see you back at the channel if you are a returning subscriber. And if you are brand new to the channel, thank you so much for checking me out. And I do invite you always to hit that subscribe button, join the Dragon family. Also, be sure to give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy the content. If this is your first time, like I said, I just got a quick few notes, as always, before we get started, that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Scorpio out there, so if these messages resonate with you and they make sense, they are meant for you. If they don't resonate with you, kick them on out to another Scorpio, or revisit this reading in a couple days to a week and see if it makes more sense then. This will mostly correspond with Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising signs, and all Scorpio cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, want to make a donation to the channel, or would like to know a little bit more about all the card decks that I use throughout my readings, I put all the links to those in the description box. All that info is always down there for you. So Scorpio, let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about your astrology for this first half of April. This is a powerful beginning of the astrological new year as we are moving through the sun in Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so when the sun comes back there, that's when the beginning of spring happens, the entrance of the sun into Aries. That starts the spring equinox, and it begins our astrological cycle all over again. Now Scorpio, you do share a very old and interesting link with the sign of Aries, because before the discovery of Pluto, your ruling planet, the ruling planet of Aries, which is Mars, was considered to be your ruling planet. So you do have this interesting Mars connection with Aries. That's why there's always a little bit of that, power and intensity and fire in Scorpio, because you have a little of that old connection, right? So this is always going to be a powerful time, a dynamic time for Scorpio. You will be feeling this lighting up that sixth house of your universal chart, which is the house of Virgo. This deals with health, habits, routines, service to humanity, being good to yourself and others, making sure that you're eating well, drinking enough water, sleeping good, and just kind of giving it, maybe even physical exercise, that comes into it too. So there's a lot of layers to that are very, actually quite dynamic, very healing for you. Right now everybody is so very focused on health, but for you, this is just sort of, it's like, well, of course, it's like you're already in that energy. You're already working with it and thinking about it. So this is actually a very powerful time of healing and renewal for you. Scorpio is very comfortable with those life, death, and rebirth cycles. So for you, intense times or times of crisis, many times you operate even more efficiently under them because you know how to handle it. You know how to deal with intensity because you have so much intensity with yourself at all times. Also, this first half of April, the planet Mercury, which rules our communication and thought process, is in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is a fellow water sign, Scorpio, so this gives you extra intuition, extra insight, makes you very empathic and intuitive. So, if you have those really intense dreams coming through, don't ignore those. Write them down. They do probably mean something for you and your deeper psyche. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get into your cards. We're going to continue talking a little bit about the astrology as we do that. Saturn just moved into Aquarius. So this is a big shift, especially for early degree Scorpios. If you're born at the late part of October, you're especially going to be feeling this. If you're born towards the beginning of Scorpio, more than those that are later in the Scorpio cycle, because, Saturn and Mars both being in Aquarius right now definitely create some friction, some challenge for you, and you definitely will start to feel this pressure of needing to kind of like get something in your life really organized, especially if it's something that has an impact on your future. So Scorpio, powerful, powerful stuff for you going on right now. So let's see what your cards have to say. We're going to do some major themes, and we're going to pull a full tarot spread for you as well. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Scorpio as we do the reading for April 1st through 15th, 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Ooh, yeah, so Scorpio, 74 is your number, which adds up to an 11, and that is the card of nature. Nature is this is a numeric vibration that's really telling you to get back in touch with the outdoors. This is actually a really great time for that because as we're, trying to avoid interacting with people to help stop the spread of any potential illnesses, it's like this is a great time to just go out, get outdoors. The weather is getting nicer in a lot of places in the world. I know it's been a beautiful day here today. So this is a really powerful time to reconnect, with nature, with, being in the outdoors with the animals, and also, within your own nature, your own spirit, your own needs and interests. So on that note, actually, let's go ahead and pull a spirit animal card because we're going to get into the animal kingdom and see which of their spirits is drawn closest to you at this time. And look at that. I like that. Let's take the lead with the stag spirit coming through, which, the stag is in Celtic mythology is a very, very old spirit. It's considered one of the oldest animal spirits that guards the gateway between worlds. Definitely considered a bit of a shapeshifter, and absolutely about sovereignty, leadership, discipline. Many times that divine masculine, it's like that, the horned god Cernunnos and all of that connection to the stag. So this is very powerful for you, Scorpio. This is telling you to embrace that leadership because the combination of your sign with Aries right now, definitely a leadership kind of energy. So, if you feel like no one else is standing up and taking the lead and, doing the guidance of a group or a family, it's like you got to step up and say, I'll put those horns on. I'll help you out. And it's also you guiding people from one stage of life to the next. So that's very powerful for you as well because that is so much what you are about. So I'm going to pull a chakra crystal card. We're going to get into what area of the chakras need to be healed and worked with right now for you. Ooh, and we have the amethyst. That's one of my favorite stones. I always have an amethyst here on my desk. This, and I'm actually wearing one. This is a big amethyst I got around my neck right now. This is a great stone. It's very aligned with Aquarius. Like I said, Saturn and Mars are in Aquarius right now. So that would actually be a great stone to use as we transit, through that new energy. So this is about intuition. This is about the third eye. So this is, again, your insight, using your mental discipline to really see clearly into the heart of any issue. The amethyst is also a really wonderful stone for, releasing addiction, or any kind of intellectual or emotional obsessions, things that just kind of get us worried or anxious and go round and round in our head. Really great stone to use for anything like that. So let's go ahead and we'll move Mr. Dragon over here and we're going to dig into your tarot. I will be doing the Spirit Song Tarot deck today for the main spread and clarifying with the Celestial Tarot. So let's see, Spirit, what we've got for Scorpio. I've been getting to know a couple Scorpios lately this week. I've met more Scorpios. I've had more of them joining the channel. So thanks to all my Scorpions out there. You guys are awesome. And really wonderful to get to know more of you coming onto the channel. Well, Scorpio, looks like there is definite movement, definite energy coming up for you. My goodness. So your central card is that Eight of Acorns, which is the same as the Eight of Wands. This is rapid communication, forward movement, things starting to get unstuck. You know, if you've been, stagnant in communication for a while, or if there's been somebody you've been really waiting to hear from, this can mean that this finally starts to come in, because this is energy. It's also results. You know, if there's been something you've been working at for a while, and you've been waiting to hear back from it, this can also bring forward something that you're like, finally, this is starting to hear something about this. This can also definitely be a passionate kind of communication if this does have to do with a loved one. Remember, this is general, but if this is has to do with anyone you're interested in, romantically, that could also mean you're finally hearing back from them or getting up the courage to reach out to them yourself. And there we've got that Eight of Pentacles. So wow, 8 and 8, Scorpio, that's very powerful, those two numbers coming together. Eight of Pentacles to me is very much about working one day at a time, continuing to be diligent, continuing to persevere, and don't give up on what you're doing, because things are starting to move. And it's like, if they're not completely where you want them to be just yet, it's like this is telling you, don't give up, keep at it, because this is definitely starting to pay off. So immediate past, we have that Ace of Feathers. It's the same as Ace of Swords. So mental clarity, foundation, some things really, cleared up for you in this immediate past position. So intellectually, mentally, it's like maybe you finally got some answers to something that you needed, but to me, this is a divine sort of intervention where, that sword just cuts through all of the cloudiness, all of the confusion, and you finally do see with clarity going forward. Yeah, King of Pentacles. And this could have been because of, an earth sign person or somebody very stable, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, could have been, part of that. Or this is just really your own need for stability, your own work towards your foundations. This is a very nice, grounded king. He's very much about, having those good foundations under him and really wanting things to be stable. So yeah, you're definitely coming forward from a place of just no nonsense. I want clarity. I want, straightforward vision, and I want things to be stable and balanced within. So going forward into the immediate future, we do have the Page of Crystals, same as Page of Pentacles. And this is the ideas, this is the birth of new, discipline, or potentially a new, business or new business opportunity. This could be a new job, this could be a new partnership with somebody, but to me, pages always bring in messages. So this to me as well is, potentially is, somebody bringing in a message that says, hey, you either got the job you wanted, or hey, I want to work with you on something, let's start a project together, or just you saying, you know what, I'm going to commit to something brand new. I have this good new idea and I want to nurture it. So let's see what comes up on top of that one. And look at that, we have the Strength card with Leo energy starting. So this, for many of you, could be a very creative, project indeed, because the Leo energy is always very creative. But this to me is something that requires a little bit of balance between, your spirit, your emotions, which are very deep, Scorpio, and also, it's like your own physical ability, your own, manifestation nature. It's like, because that lion is our physical nature, and all of the feelings and all the things we have, and spirit is guiding us. So very, very beautiful. The other thing that really strengthens that position up is that in the unconscious, what's going on within, what you're kind of focused on, you got that Strength card again. In the Spirit song, it has the symbol of the elephant, which to me is like, it's solid, it's determination, it's courage, endurance, resilience. And so that's what you're really feeling within as well. It's like, your immediate future is mirroring what you really are focused upon, Scorpio. And I would say I'm definitely getting that message right now that it's like whatever you think about right now, whatever you focus on, whatever you know, put your energy into, it's like that's what you're going to get, you know, back quite a bit. So, you know, it's like use your powers towards the highest vibration of yourself, because you will be receiving what you put out right now even more than ever. And look at that, Three of Cups. So that's a very beautiful celebratory energy there. You know, very Cancer alignment with this. So this could mean that, you know, as we come into the summertime, we get into the sign of Cancer. That could mean a real, you know, full circle of this Strength card. But this is beautiful, Scorpio. You have, even though, you know, things are very challenging and there's just a lot of difficulty going on right now, like within, you have this core of strength and endurance right now, an emotional connection with yourself and others that's very, very positive. Going on to the top, this is definitely your own energy with the Queen of Shells, Queen of Cups, very strong Scorpio alignment. Can also be Cancer and Pisces, but she is the most strongly aligned to Scorpio. Doesn't show all of her emotions right away. She does keep a little bit of it under wraps, but she is a master of emotional plane. She is of peace, compassion, a very, very strong emotional queen. So this is what's crowning your spread. This is the message from the divine. What they really want to, you know, bless you with. And so this is really you stepping into your full power of, you know, creating peace and compassion. And it's also just, you know, you honoring your own feelings, Scorpio. It's like, don't do something that you don't want to do. Don't let people push you to do anything that you're not comfortable doing yet. So yeah, keep a very close understanding of what it is that you want and how you want to move forward with it. And then on top of that, look at that. Ooh, so strong. We got Taurus energy with that Hierophant card right on top of their Scorpio. So not only, yet again, it's like there's this very nice earthy strength that you have spiritually and physically. It's like this is very grounded. It's very determined. It makes strong commitments to itself and to others. You know, it is a deeper connection with the divine as well with that Hierophant. It's really like the high priest, you know, it's like somebody that really has a lot of spiritual knowledge. So let's go into the extended out. Let's get some advice for you about all this. Ooh, so Scorpio, lots of your own energy coming up here. I like this. All right, so first, the suggested approach, how best to handle all of this and work through it. Look at that, Three of Crystals, Three of Pentacles, collaboration, productivity. There's the honeybee spirit on this card. So to me, this is about community, working together with others. You know, the Three of Pentacles in the traditional deck is really all about the architect, building a new spiritual center that, you know, you can be safe and, you know, find sanctuary in. So that's really how you're working through you know, these challenging times that we're in right now, is that you're really, you know, you're working with other people. You're working on things that really, you have a lot of spiritual value in, Scorpio. You're really getting to know yourself and you're building a stronger you. I mean, literally from the inside out, you are building, you know, a stronger you. And look at that. We have that Ace of Pentacles on top of this. So this is extremely blessed. Scorpio, if you're working on something that has a physical manifestation or, you know, a financial payoff to it, oh, this is really, you know, spirit coming in and saying, you're going to get it. This is going to be a great outcome. And the more that you work, the feeling I'm getting to, again, Scorpio, is the more that you give to others and the more that you consider the positive you know, manifestations of all your actions. You know, it's like if you think of it, not just yourself benefiting, but everyone benefiting, it's like this just pays off so big, because again, you've got that Three of Cups on the undercurrent. So it's like, and then this three of crystals, it's like there's a 333. So it's like, it's not just about you, it's about the whole. It's about that kind of, you know, the perfect trifecta, the trinity, right? So then what you need to know, Scorpio, look at that. There is the transformation with the cicada, with the transition, liberation. So this is your own card. This is Scorpio energy. So it's like you need to know that we are in a major time of, you know, this is the death cycle. This is death card. It's all about transformation. It's all about those cycles that Scorpio, you rule those cycles of life, death, rebirth, resurrection, regeneration. So like I said, you know, you are somebody that really excels during this time more than most. You know, that Phoenix from the ashes symbology is definitely very appropriate to Scorpio. And that's so much what we're doing right now, is that we're really, you know, coming into a new awareness of helping each other, greater compassion, and we have to embrace that. And you are so there. You're so ready for this. And look at that. Yeah, Four of Swords. So Scorpio, definitely it's a time to take some time out for yourself. Do not feel bad if you need to just rest, relax, recover, rejuvenate, because you may be personally, you know, kind of internalizing what other people are going through right now, you know, because there is a lot of stress, there is a lot of tension, there is a lot of burden going on, and there are people dying, there are people transitioning and transforming. So you're feeling that because you are sensitive. So it's like you've got to take a little break out, especially if you're helping people and you're doing a whole lot to help them through these cycles. You've got to give yourself some gentleness too, and make sure that you're getting plenty of rest, and just, you know, really, really giving yourself that peace. So going into the hopes and fears, we do have that Three of Feathers. This is a no-brainer on this position, because to me it's that Three of Swords. This again, you know, this is about heartache, it's about loss, it's about grief and the grieving cycle. You know, you're hoping that you don't have to go through too heavy of a grieving cycle. And you're also hoping that if you are in a grieving cycle or in a place of sadness or heartache, that the recovery will be very quick. So let's pull a clarifier for that. Ooh, getting two. So I'm going to pull them both because I'm feeling them both. The first one that came up on top of that is our Hermit card. So there is that Virgo energy. And interestingly enough, like I said, that Aries sun is lighting up your Virgo house in your universal chart for you, Scorpio. So you are in this place of healing and, you know, going within, discovering that inner truth. It's a very strong healing card. And the other card that came up on top of it is this Prince of Cups, which is a Knight of Cups. So, you know, this is that mutable water. This is very Pisces energy, which is very spiritual, very melancholy, very romantic, poetic, and sweet. So this could also be you or someone else, you know, reaching out emotionally, compassionately to each other. Very, very beautiful. And then we get that Three of Cups again on the outcome. Three of Shells, playfulness, bliss, harmony, celebration. So the outcome is very beautiful here, Scorpio. In spite of some challenges, in spite of some ups and downs, you know, you really do have this amazing core of strength. You had the Strength card come out twice, and you really are making progress. Even if it feels like slow progress, you've got some super, super blessings coming your way on whatever you are working on right now. And look at that, Nine of Cups on top of the Three of Cups, and 3 times 3 is 9, so there you go. That is your card of wish fulfillment. That is the beautiful, happy outcome there, where you are getting all that emotional and spiritual blessing that you've been working and doing so much inner work to achieve. So, Scorpio, let's pull a card from the Archangel Michael deck. Let's get an affirmation for you to wrap up your reading. I love it, Scorpio. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. So absolutely, Scorpio, your intuition is very on target right now. It's very sharp, it's very accurate. So if you're getting those divine messages, if you're feeling something deep within, it's like, don't second guess yourself. You're right about what you're feeling. And the invocation here is, please help me clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine guidance that I've asked and prayed for. Allow me to keep my ego out of the way so your wisdom can come streaming through me for my own benefit and for those around me. Yes, so Scorpio, this is a beautiful time of transformation and healing for you and the others that are around you through your power and your protection and wisdom. So this is a beautiful reading, and I hope you have an amazing beginning of your April. I'll be seeing you again soon. Take care.